like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Love Is. This is season 1, episode 9. Love is fully growing on me. Okay, I know I complained in the beginning about, the story goes slow. It still does. It has its slow moments. It's the long monologue conversation sometimes is a little bit, too much for me. But I like the show. Period. Okay, let's just say that. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. But as I say, don't be a regular subscriber. Be an active subscriber. Like, subscribe, look around, watch other videos, comment, like, share. I'm an active YouTuber. I want you to be an active subscriber. Thank you very much. I will also be live on my YouTube this Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means here in Michigan, 10 p.m. this Friday. So get your questions together. Okay? We was on live for like 2 hours last time because I go live and I stay live until I've answered all the questions and the concerns and the opinions of every other people. So yeah, this Friday. Okay, I told you every Friday, 10 p.m. is when I'll be going live, unless I'm hanging out. I'm probably going to be a little tipsy because I think I'm going to go out with a friend and, have a little food, have a little drink after I get off work and then before I come on live. But yeah, this Friday, 10 p.m. on my YouTube. Be there or be square. So, the season finale comes on next week for this show. We do know that they do have a season 2, so that is great. I am excited because I know Greenleaf is coming back on, so that's great. I wonder if Love and You Is Wrong coming back on. That's the one show where I have not heard or seen any previews of any kind. Anyway, so the episode starts off, the writer's room is being like a romp room right now. They're playing Nerf guns, but Nuri is the only one trying to read. She's trying to read Yasir's script or whatever. And as she's sitting there, we see Angela walk in, honey, with no braids. She got her hair down. It's a weave, in my opinion. I don't know. But her hair is down, straightened or whatever. And she has on a white suit. And all the guys like, oh my God. They look at her like she's just, show stopping or whatever. There's a whole little slow motion walk in with like the wind blowing in the hair. And then Norman walks in, also in a suit. I'm looking like, does nobody notice they both came in suits? Like, y'all don't realize they came in together? Anyway, they're like, what's up? What's going on? So Norman announced, like, okay, cat's off the bag. Like, me and Angela are going to be co-creators of a pilot drama for the network. So they're like, oh, so what does that mean for us? He's like, nothing. Like, for me and Alan, means we have, another show. For y'all, y'all just have, 2 more episodes to write. And, you may keep your jobs, if the drama thing works out or whatever. So, but they was like, well, that's some bullshit. Meaning, like, you don't mean we're gonna keep our job. Like, what if the show Marvin does not keep going or whatever? It was like they only announced their happy news and not their happy news. So it was like a little weird thing or whatever. So he gets to writing. We see Nuri goes home and, she gets home in time to tell Yasir about her day. Because again, she's like, this is kind of crazy. So when she walks in, before we know that she gave him the room to be his writer's room. And she come home and he done made the whole room a little office. Okay. And she's like, oh my God, like what's going on here? He's like, well, he used some of her furniture from her garage, to make the room in her house a bit more, give him a vibe, okay? And she likes it, so it is what it is. But I'm like, you use all her stuff. But we know he ain't got much. Anyway, she goes on to tell him how, Angela and Norman has a whole new show or whatever, a whole new pilot. So, since she's only allowed 2 scripts or whatever, she can do the Marvin episode. So now she gets to do the Marvin episode. So it'll be her first script written that she'll be, her first time with her own name on the script. So of course she's very, very, very happy. And he like, okay, so sit down. He showed her his prayer box. And in his prayer box he had one prayer in there, and it was for her to get her script. So of course he's happy, 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 and he asked to borrow her car to go get them some champagne. So, you know, she goes to get him some, he goes to get them champagne or whatever. And, you know, she like, well, I want you to come with me to opening night when I did the show is recorded. I want you there and supporting me because you're my man or whatever. And, you know, come bring your script and kind of shop it around. So he like, nah, you know, it's your night. I don't want to do that. She's like, no, I want you there, and I want, you know, come. You can give it to my agent, like, you know, just come out there and do it or whatever. I feel like she be doing too much. I get she wants to help him, but at the same time, I'm like, he ain't the kind of person who even understands when someone's trying to help him. I feel like he feels like everyone is trying to show them what he isn't doing, or what he can do, or what he ain't done. It's some fuckery and some bullshit, if you ask me. But, you know what I'm saying? She just helps him so much. So he kind of agrees to go because, you know, she suggested it. So, they then say how they're gonna go work in their in their office. So she has her own office in her house, and he has one in her house too. But I'm like, however, they just end up spending hours and hours having sex and not working. And I'm like, first of all, that's what people with no jobs do. Like, people with jobs don't have sex all day when they have to work. Like, you have sex all day when you have a job on your off days or on the day you playing hooky. But if you have a script to write for your show, you should not be fucking all day. Like, I mean, you get it in when you can, okay? You do that, but you don't not work, and, you know, for sex. Sex will be there all the time, okay? It's always waiting in the wings. But, you know, different strokes, different folks. So Nuri's like, you know what I'm saying, I have to go into the office because if I stay here, I'm not gonna get no work done because they keep having sex when they're in the house together. Girl. But that's that newness, okay? That's that the first 6 months you have a lot of sex. Because this is a lot of sex. So they're in that new relationship anyway. So, you know, when she goes to the office, he says, okay, call me once she makes it to the office. She's like, okay, I'll call you. So she goes to the office. She's at work working. She's at work working. But we see her is paging her, but her pager's in her office and she's in the writer's room being very, very creative or whatever. And so she forgot to call him when she got there. But she comes home late. She gets into bed and she just whispers to him, like, you know what I'm saying? I did it. You know what I'm saying? She did it to not wake him up, but she wanted to say, you know, I did it. And he ain't budged. But he opened his eyes, let us know he heard her, but he won't say shit. You see her? It just made me mad. So the next morning, he got a full-fledged attitude. Like a full-fledged attitude, bitch. I said, you acting like a man who got his own. You don't have. It's weird because he has nothing. He has nothing, and you're upset. Like, you have a full-fledged, pissed-off attitude because she didn't call you at work. Oh, it's a damn gnat on my phone. I have not seen one all day, and it was on my phone. And I want to kill it, but I don't want to knock my phone over. I feel like it's just looking at me. I'm looking at it. And it keep like crawling to the back of my phone. Oh, God. It's dead. Anyway, so, of course, he has a full-fledged ass attitude. And, you know, she like, is something wrong? Like, what's going on or whatever? Because, like, he didn't make coffee. He made, like, tea or whatever. It was something stupid. Anyway, you mad because your woman got a job and she work. Basically. I'm like, what kind of bullshit is that? And you in her house. Or in her room, in her chair, on her desk. What the fuck? Okay. And he like, you know, so you could have been raped or murdered. I can't believe you didn't call me. She's like, oh, you know, I got to the office. I got really inspired. I started working. I didn't think about it. Like, my pager was another. I didn't hear my page. I didn't check my pager. But that's the problem. You didn't even think enough of me, your man who's worried about you and care about you, whatever, to, you know what I'm saying, have me not worrying. I'm looking like, but you see she okay. Like, you see, she came home that night. Like, she came home last. Like, you wasn't up all night worrying. You know what I'm saying? It was with us. But I get him being a little bit like, oh, she didn't call me back. But once she said, well, I got to work and started working. I did my job. Okay? I had to leave my house because you kept fucking me. Okay? Leave me be, bro. Anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? I paid you all night, you know what I'm saying? You could have just took a break and gave me a peace of mind so that I know you ain't dead. I had 2 friends, you know what I'm saying, get raped and murdered. Well, damn it, don't put their rapes and murder on me. I'm okay. I'm alive and well, okay? And then she's like, you know what, she's like, what the hell? But she said that, you know, out of his presence or whatever. But she does realize, you know what I'm saying, I got something for his ass. She come back in some lingerie and get him hot and horny and they had sex and he fine. You know what? At the end of the day, Coochie solves a lot of problems. It is what it is. Anyway, but it was a dumb argument. I was very upset that he acted the way he acted, all because she didn't call him. I'm looking like, because it's not that he didn't have the right to be upset. It's how upset he got over something so trivial. I'm saying that pissed me off. Anyway, we see Neri's at work and she's having to read the script or whatever, and we see this is the script that she came up and that she wrote. Yasir, however, is at work being told by his manager that his hours will be cut because no one is coming to the library much to read books. Like, a lot of people are taking advantage of this whole internet thing. Really was. So his hours are being cut from like 30 hours, like 15 hours, and you know, what you gonna do? He like, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of crazy or whatever. He like, well, how's your writing going? Like, what's going on with that? He like, well, you know what I'm saying, I'm still working on it, but my girl, she just wrote a script for the show Marvin. Oh, I love that show. Well, you know what, she's doing good, you know what I'm saying, why not just knock her up and then you can be a stay-at-home dad? I say, what? Knock her up? Be a stay-at-home dad? The ghetto. Anyway, she come home and tells him about her day, how happy she is. But for him, he's still in his feelings because one, his hours are cut. He broke. He don't have no story. He has not a lot. Okay, and she realized he feels some kind of way. So she's like, I still want to read your script, but I'm still gonna do it. He's like, I get it. You're busy, and you're a busy working woman. You're driving me crazy, bro. Jasir's character, it makes you not like him. He has good intentions at times, but at times he's a complete asshole. So at times you're just like, I hate you. You're arrogant, you're possessive, you are selfish, you are just all these self-absorbed, just these things that we don't like in a person. And then it's like one moment here, one moment there that makes him like, oh, it's not that bad. But in this moment, he irks my goddamn nerves. Anyway, he goes to talk to Sean, and Sean like, bro, you crazy? You tripping over nothing? He like, well, I'm like a housewife. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the house cooking food that she don't eat, buying a flower she don't see because she's just too busy. And Sean like, look, go to her show like she suggested, then take your script or whatever. Stop sitting around and moping for no goddamn reason. She invited you down there for a reason. So he like, take the script, give it to her agent like she said, and also be there to support her. I ain't trying to be, down there hustling her contacts, I don't want to be I don't want to be living off of her connection, something like that. And Sean like, bruh, I don't want to ride her success, is what he said. And Sean like, she invited you, like, use my card and just go. So we see he takes Sean's advice and he goes to the studio. Now Yasir gets there, and of course they check an ID. So he gives them an ID because his name's on the list. And then they like, your name is here on the list. He's like, what? Check it in. I'm Neri's boyfriend or whatever. She's shooting a thing of Marvin. Like, I'm on the list. Like, you're not on the list, sir. He then says, oh, my ID has my own name. It should be under your C or whatever. He like, sir, the license is one thing. We can't do it. We then see Will pop up to give them a list of people that Norman wanted to be on the list. And so when Yasir said like, I'm Neri's boyfriend, whatever, Will hears. He said, oh, so you the boyfriend? He said, yeah, I'm Yasir. Who are you? Will. Oh, the one that gets the food. He's like, the production assistant. He was like, top flight. He good. So he lets him come on the lot or whatever. But again, he was held up for a while. He had to go park somewhere else. So he trying to hurry up and get there. But I'm like, bruh, get your valid ID. How do you not have a valid ID if your whole name is different? And it's like, can that be Yuri's fault that she did not put the name that he had on his ID on the list? But my thing is, has she ever looked at his ID? That's the question. Anyway, it's her first show. She's dressed all nice. She's in a great mood. She's just so happy. It's a nice thing. Norman has her come watch from like up top so that she's not like on the lower level. And he's like, this is your first show, Padawan. That's what he calls her. Take it in and enjoy it. So as he's saying that, someone comes in and say to her like something going on outside or whatnot. So you see her at the gate. He had the gate to get into, he had the door to get into the actual studio. And the dude, like, I'll say this, the security dude had an attitude off top. Like, he act like he knew Yasir from before and like, Yasir fucked this girl. I don't know. Anyway, he like, what you here for? Like, what's your name? My name is Yasir. Yasir what? I'm like, why are you acting like that, bruh? Why you acting like that? He like, I'm Nuri's boyfriend. I'm here to see the show, whatever my name on the list. So you look at the list. Your name ain't here. He like, your name ain't here, son. And he go, Yasir, my name is Yasir. Don't call me son. I'm looking like, calm down, bruh. You doing too much. You doing too goddamn much. So the person went and got Nuri. Norman like, go handle it. I don't want no drama on my goddamn set. Like, go handle it. I don't want no bullshit on my set. So she go outside and she see, okay, it's the security dude and it's Yasir. Hey, you came, you made it or whatever. Of course, my battery's low. But it's my last review anyway. She goes out to him because she's like, it was some kind of mix-up. He's supposed to be on the list. But Yasir, like, oh yeah, you're right. It is some kind of mix-up. This fool, just like this fool or whatever, just like you forgot to put me on the list, just like you forgot to call me. I'm looking like, are you bringing up all shit? When he said the same way, you forgot to call me, you forgot to put me on, I say, this motherfucker here, this is the reason we don't like Yasir. This is the reasons that we be like, we don't like your ass. We do not like you, bro. So she like, what? Because he went from one extreme and brought up some old shit that did not make any sense. And again, she just came outside like, okay, he's supposed to be on the list. And when he said, well, my name ain't on the list, she's like, well, it must have been some kind of mix-up. Just like when you didn't call me. I'm like, this. Anyway, he then said, you always say that you're going to do something and then you don't. And it's weird because I'm like, she's like, are you doing this right now? It was because I'm like, that has nothing to do with nothing. Nothing. The minute she found out what was going on, she came out to get you. So what is you bitching for, bro? What are you bitching for? Anyway, he then said, you wanted me here to show me off your exes because he's saying Will did not. It was irking my nerves the whole time he was talking. And then at this point, she's like, are you for real? This is my night. I can't believe you're doing this to me right now. And I could not either. He then walked away like a little crybaby. I'm like, oh, he just irks my fucking nerves. But then she can't get back in because they're filming. And the rule is when the light is blinking and they're filming, no one can come in or out. They have to wait until they say cut. I was like, oh. So again, it's her first show. And she's missing a part of her first show. So from there, we do see her and Norman talking. Norman basically like, I heard he was broke. He ain't got this, he ain't got that. And you up here, like basically he came up here with a script in hand, trying to, hustle up to meet some people. She's like, no, I told him to bring it, whatever. That was my idea. And he like, he's insinuating that he's using her where he, she up here, ride for him and do it for him, trying to sell him to other people, and it's some bullshit. And she's like, he's not using me or whatever. It's not that he's a really great guy. He's like, why are you trying to sell him to me? He like, look, I've made myself clear, you're clear, like it's not a big issue. Because again, he was talking to her because he like, you missed your call. Because when they had the show start, they had the writers come on the stage. She didn't go down there. And so he like, I'm not going to fire you, whatever, but you need to be on your job. So I made myself clear. You know what to do now, and I need you to show up, Nuri. And I think that was a good way for him to reprimand her without firing her, but also not making her feel like purity shit. But he still let her know, like, what happened. Your broke ass boyfriend came down here causing a ruckus in the middle of a recording. We can't have that. So you, again, he like, how lucky you are to be in this business. Like, you can't be ruined. Like, you can get it ruined by this person. And she realized that because as he's talking to her, when he gets up to walk away and say, you good, we see her crying a little bit. So, she's like, yeah, I understand. I get it. He then says, give me your script. I'll read it. And, you're going to love it. He said, if I don't, I'm going to be very, 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 he said, I'm going to lose respect for you. And he likes her. He likes her opinion, and he's assuming, well, she likes this guy and says he's talented. I can at least look at it to see if it is, because if it is, he'd probably hire him, truth be told. At the house, she gets home, and Yasir is still acting like a bitch. Okay, talking about, she said, do you have anything to say for yourself? I made myself clear, didn't I? God damn it, Yasir. Again, he's mad solely because of the phone call and, the name on the list thing. And, she's like, you embarrassed me in front of my boss, in front of my coworkers. I'm saying that was a huge night for me. And he was saying, I came down as soon as I found out something was going wrong, and you pissed off at me. She like, the name, your name was on the list. Someone spelled it wrong, and the dude at the door can't read that well. So, he didn't realize it was spelled wrong. Is that my fault? You always have an excuse or whatever. I was working or whatever. I was just surprised that he kept riding this wave as if it was really her fault. Because he said, it was your fault because you put me in the predicament to even be in that situation. I'm looking like, did she? I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I just want some basic respect. I'm like, I love what she said. I've overlooked so much. You know what I'm saying? I've let you in my house, and I let you in my heart and my life fully. I let you in my house. You know what I'm saying? I've only given you love. I, shared my life with you, my home with you, and all I wanted was for you to have my back tonight. She then said, I think we need a break. Love should not be this hard. And I loved that she took a stand to not let his bullshit ego, kind of crowd the situation. And he was like, wow. What? That's what all homeless men say when the girl they living with put their ass out. Wow. You gonna make us over this? We gonna break up? Yes, bitch. Get out my house is what I was saying. And I've said it before. Anyway, she's like, what? All we do is fight now. We fight all the time. You know what I'm saying? I believe in you, Yasir. I believe in you, and I know that you're going to get to your dream. However, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you are having a hard time watching me live out my dreams. And he is. Every time she has a great moment, he finds a way to make it about him and what he don't have or what he is, and it's some bullshit. Let her be great. You know what I'm saying? You keep building up to be that, but let her be what she is and stop, being an asshole. So we see they in the bed. They're asleep, and he kind of turns over and he's rubbing on her leg, and he's whispering in her ear, I'm sorry. So he's rubbing her thighs, he's kissing on her, and he's whispering in her ear, and she starts hearing voices, and then she just kind of freaks out. She's freaking out, screaming, don't touch me, don't touch me. And I'm like, what's going on? And she kind of jumps out the bed. She hides behind a dresser, like she had a complete and utter freak out moment, and she did not recognize Yasir. And it's like a hazy fog, so she can't see it's him. All she know is she's in the bed being touched and someone's kissing on her. And of course, we know where it came from. So she's hiding, and you can hear faintly him saying, Nuri, what's wrong? It's me. It's Yasir. And she's still screaming, no, don't touch me. Don't touch me. And she's crying. It made me cry. It really, really did. Because everyone, has, because I was molested too as a kid. So, because when she was doing that, I knew exactly what it was from. So, she's crying and crying and crying. And then he kind of brings her out of her trance. And he's like, Nuri. So she kind of, wakes up. And he holds her in his arms. And she's crying. And she's like, you know what I'm saying? She tells him how she was molested and how she did not want to tell him before. And he's like, you can tell me anything. So she's like, you know what I'm saying? I did not think it mattered anymore, you know what I'm saying? But somehow I got triggered. And she got triggered because she was sleeping and someone was rubbing on her and kissing her. And sometimes that just trigger for people. It just depends on what your what your situation is. So she said, you know, my stepfather, you know, molested me from the time I was 9 years old until I was 12 or whatever. Again, I didn't want to tell you at all. And he was like, you know what I'm saying? We had more in common than you would think. Meaning he too was molested in one way or the other. He just not going into his story or whatever. And then we see how she just kind of leans into his shoulder and she's crying, saying, I'm so sorry, I love you, whatever. And he's crying too. And I'm not crying right now. Like, I think it's something like something from my eye, like in real life. But yeah, so she's crying. We then see he's crying too. And, you know, it was a beautiful, and it's the way that as much as we hate Yasir and he irks our nerves, in that moment you love how he nurtured her in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because any moment of reflection from molestation is traumatic, even in your adult years. So her freak out for him was like, how can I, you know, help her? And he was calm about it. You know what I'm saying? To calm him, to calm the situation down. So we see future Nuri say how at times you need to heal from your past in order to move on to your future. And she brings up how, you know, at that moment and that time, they both made space for the other one to be vulnerable and honest about things. And she said, for that, I felt like that was a sign that we're meant to be together, and that everything else, we just kind of figure it out. So, I mean, it ended well. I liked it or whatever. I like to see where the story is going. But I need Yasir to grow the fuck up. I need him to not be pissing me off every episode, point blank into the period. Anyway, that is my whole thing. The ending, the ending, Lord Jesus. The comment is, I did something in the middle. What did I do? Peace.